All right, we're on number 14. So we have to figure out which list shows the dependent quantities in the graph. The dependent quantities in the graph. Now remember, independent quantities are my x-axis. Dependent are my y. Right? So easy peasy. The dependent quantities are the y-axis, which is 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, which is F. Make sure that you are checking your work, right, and marking it wrong if you got it wrong. And then make sure you are also circling the correct answers, because we can't, just sit around. This is very important. We got to make sure we get this right. Okay, number 15. Which list shows the names of the students in order from the least amount of practice? The least amount of practice to the greatest. So I'm going from least to greatest. And once again, I need to put these decimals put these fractions to decimal forms. So I know that this is 1.5. Right? I know that this is 1.66. I know that this is 1.25. And then I know that this last one, right, is 1.583. So from least to greatest would be good old Ryan, right? He's number 1. And then the next would be Gus, which is number 2. The next would be Jacob, number 3. And then last but not least, Cole, number 4, which is C. And remember, the way that I got all of these decimals, I just did Tebow, top in, bottom out. Top in, bottom out. I cannot forget that. Okay, number 16. A lot of us, for some strange reason, again, we wanted to use the area formula when the question said, what is the measure of angle F in degrees? So what you should have did was add 127 plus 33.5. And also you should have lined up your decimals. A lot of us didn't do that, which gave us the wrong answer. So you should have added them together. And then we know that the total degrees in a triangle is 180. So I should have subtracted what I got by 180. That's all I had to do. That's all I had to do. Right? So when I do that, I get 19.5. And that is my answer for that, 19.5. Okay, number 17, it wants us to find the range of the data. Now, please make sure that you guys are actually reading the questions. I'm just kind of going over it to make sure that we get the right answers and that I'm able to clarify some things if we had any confusion. But make sure that you're reading the whole thing, not just the question, okay? So they want us to find the range. And the range, we subtract the largest number from the smallest number. So we have 554, that's the biggest number here. And the smallest number here is 529. Okay, so I know that I need to subtract, so this is going to become a 14, right? This becomes a 4, right? So 14 minus 9 is 5, 4 minus 2 is 2, so our answer is 25. The range is 25. The range is 25. All right, number 18. Holly bought a magazine subscription for a year. She paid $27. What was the price of the subscription each month? Right? So if I know that for a year, and we know that a year, right? 1 year is 12 months. So if 1 year is 12 months and she paid $27 for the whole entire year, I would have to divide 12, right? 27 divided by 12. And that would give me 2.25. 2.25. I'm going to do this right here for us too, just in case we need that extra help on how we would solve this problem. There we go. Ooh. Well, you get the gist. For some reason, my pen's not wanting to write very well for me today. Okay, moving on. Number 19. We had to figure out which number will be located closest to 49. So what I need to do, once again, is I need to turn these fractions into decimals. That's the only way that I can order them to see what's closer. So by doing TIBO, I know that this is 48.60, right? We know that this is 48.5 because once again, 1/2 is 0.5 as a decimal. And so what's closest to the 49 would be our 48 3/5. 48 3/5. Right? That's closest to the 49. Okay, number 20. Which statement describes the relationship between x and y in these two equations? So we have y is equal to 2x and y is equal to x plus 2. So our answer is going to be, drum roll please. Let's first start with f, right? So in y equals 2x, the value of y is 2 more than the value of x. Okay, so this is not true, right? If I'm multiplying, it's 2 times the value of x. If I'm adding, it would be y is 2 more than the value of x, right? So it can't be f for us because this should be switched. Okay, in G, it says in y equals 2x and y equals x plus 2, the value of y is 2 more than the value of x, and that's false, right? This is only 2 more than the value of x. This is 2 times the value of x. So they worded that wrong. Okay, in H, in y equals 2x and in y equals x plus 2, the value of y is twice the value of x, and that is not correct either because it's only twice the value of x in this expression, in this equation, not in this one. Okay, and last but not least, J is our answer. In y equals 2x, the value of y is twice the value of x, and in y equals x plus 2, the value of y is 2 more than the value of x. So number 20 is J. Remember, if something is multiplied together, it's times. If it's adding together, it's, saying it's 2 more, or, we have to kind of look at the wording of the answer choices. Okay, number 21 is C. 21 is C. The fee at bank Y will be more than the fee at bank Z only when a customer's balance is more than $500. So think about it, guys. The monthly fee is $5 for bank Z. The monthly fee for bank Y is 1% of the checking account balance. So if our checking account balance is over $500, bank Y is going to be more than the fee at bank Z because you're saying $500 times 1%, which is going to be way more than $5. Okay, number 22, as part of a survey, 300 girls were asked to name their favorite sport. The results showed that 12 of the girls named bowling as their favorite sport. What percentage of the girls in the survey named bowling as a favorite sport? Once again, we have to do part over whole because we're trying to find the percentage. We already know that our whole, right, is 300. Our part is 12. So I have 12 over 300. Uh-oh. Goodness gracious. What this is doing. 12 over 300 is equal to x over 100 because percent is always out of 100. Cross multiply. 300x is equal to 1,200. Divide both sides by 300 to get my variable by itself. Uh-oh. Come on, pen. X is equal to 4. Let's see. Let's try it over here because I'm struggling. I am struggling. Okay, let's see. X is equal to 4. Right? Because 4 times 300 is 1,200.